If you're facing an over 80 charge in Ontario, here are 5 things you need to know. I'm Dan Joffe, DUI lawyer at Nextlaw. 1. What does over 80 mean on a breathalyzer? If the police believe that you have consumed alcohol while in the care and control of a vehicle, they will arrest you and take you to a police station. At the police station, they will ask you to blow into a device. If you blow over 80 in Ontario, that means the concentration of alcohol in your blood is greater than 80 milligrams of alcohol per 100 milliliters of blood, and that would result in you getting a DUI charge called an over 80. 2. Over 80 charge is a criminal code charge. If you blow over 80 into an approved breath device, either a breathalyzer or an intoxilizer, you'll be charged with a DUI offense known as an over 80 charge. The over 80 charge is a charge under the Criminal Code of Canada. If you are convicted, at minimum, you will get a fine, a 1-year driving ban, and a criminal record. And in more serious circumstances, you will face elevated penalties, including jail time. 3. Getting an over 80 charge does not mean you are guilty. The fact that you blew over 80 into a device and the fact that you got an over 80 charge under the criminal code does not mean you are guilty. Here's how our legal system works in Canada. The lawyer representing the government is called the Crown. It's the Crown's job to prove the over 80 charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. And if there are any reasonable doubts about your over 80 charge, then your over 80 charge would go away. 4. There are defenses to an over 80 charge. So raising a reasonable doubt about your over 80 charge comes from the defenses to an over 80 charge. And multiple defenses can be raised based on your fact situation. For example, there may be issues regarding the integrity of the over 80 reading. These issues may be related to the device's reliability or the person operating the device. Or if your charter rights were violated, then the over 80 charge would be withdrawn even if the reading was correct. 5. Don't plead guilty to get it over with. We know that getting an over 80 charge is stressful. We get it. Many clients have told us that they want to plead guilty so they can move on with their lives. However, the best advice we give is to take a step back. Get all the facts, get all the evidence, and only then make an informed decision. Make your decision carefully and not under any pressure. If you've been charged with drunk driving, DUI, impaired driving, or refusing a breathalyzer test, your legal strategy can make the difference between winning and losing. Reach out, let's have a confidential discussion about your case. The call is free, and you can book a time by clicking on the link in the description below.